What's up, gamers? I'll be trying to survive another 200 days in hardcore Minecraft. Of course, if I die, the world is deleted forever. No cheating either. I'll also try to kill a dragon at the end of the video, but you probably already knew that. So here's the video. Day 101, the first day of 200 days. I didn't do a lot today besides look at my land. And no, your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. I decided for 200 days to change the texture pad, but that has its own problem. The walls are definitely the worst part about it. And the worst part is their walls. It might be ugly, but it does keep me safe. So there's really nothing I can do about them. I wish I could get rid of them, but I can't. That won't matter because I'm likely to change my mind in 300 days. I changed my mind about a lot of things. This script alone, I've rewritten 10 times already. It's not fun, just like this mining. Of course, these first few days are just going to be a bit random. You have to know that I was recording this with no plan whatsoever. Anything that came into my head, I just do. I sheared sheep for half the day and already have a chest full of wool. And that's just with a 10 by 10 pin. I could easily expand even further. No, that's a good idea. I didn't write that down. Of course, after a while, the wool starts to clog up my chest, so I'm carving out my own storage room. I'll be the first to say I'm making mine completely off the top of my head. Actually, got your idea of a storage system from other people's storage system. Shut up! I'm not done carving it out. No, I'm not even close. It was horribly planned from the start, like everything else in the video, but I had the creative idea making the wall rainbow. Or something I thought of on the fly. It isn't really that bad. It's actually really pleasant. No, I didn't make this for you know who. Who do you think I am? As you can tell, I'm starting to run out of things to talk about while mining because mining is boring and there's not a lot to talk about. Scary tunnel. Luckily, it wasn't just footage of me mining the whole day. I enchanted my legs with Swift Sneak 3. I know it's technically useless, but what else am I supposed to do? So I went exploring on the horse I don't know the name of. The reason why I'm thinking I'm getting for potions, but you can never be too sure with me. I was also here for a beehive, but then realized I don't have a silk pickaxe, so I wrote it down for the course for later. However, since I'm a noob, I punched a bee. What was I thinking? Whatever I was thinking wasn't light, because I just got my horse stuck in a ravine. Oof. Don't worry, I got him out, but that could have gone downhill fast. It happened. I lost my horse, and right now I'm not even close to home. Without a horse, it's going to take even longer. I'm having to use stone tools now, too. Ugh, it feels like day one all over again. And if you couldn't notice, there's no audio today. Wow, today is going so great for me. I didn't show up. If you look at the top right hand corner, you can see I bad omen. I am not ready for this wave. My wall has many openings and my villagers aren't protected at all. By the tone of my voice alone, you know what's going to happen to my villagers. Yep. What did I tell you? They won. And I could tell by how the raid was going, it was going to end like this. Great, my villagers have died and I don't have a lot of options. The next village over is 3,000 blocks away. I just really don't feel like going that far for 2 more villagers. But something particular is going to happen tomorrow. I already know you won't believe it. How will I know you won't believe me? Well, because my villagers are back. I'm actually serious. They lost their names, so I had to rename them, but still, they're back. I'm not sure what happened, but maybe after closing out for the day, something happened. Possibly a mini crash. I know I'm a 100 days YouTuber and we're stereotyped inconsiderably, I might add, to cheat. I'm seriously as confused as you are. This is not natural, but I'm gonna have to do a few things first before I do any of that yet. My pickaxe is still low, sheep. I have a few side projects. The first one being, as you saw, my wall really is not defensive, so I'm instead adding sweet berries. I'm hoping it should work. You would think that something like this would be a powerhouse against villagers, but no, that's not even true. They're very smart. I didn't do 100% blind. I attempted doing creative mode to see if it works, and by how long until that Ravager to die, I'm losing hope. Just look how many sweet berries are in the corner of this wall. I was determined to finish it. So he would soon learn that he wasted all that time placing sweet berries when he should have been building a villager breeder. I now know by experience that these aren't going to do any real harm to them. Realistically, in the end, this is just going to prick my dogs. I gave up the next day. Even I realized doing that would take too much time. So I attempted to make that villager breeder I mentioned. I'm not sure how many villagers are going to get cramped in here, so I want to make this one large. Just hope I don't quit halfway through that process like the sweet berry defense. There's going to be a monumental amount of breeding and inbreeding here. Good thing there are any laws in this world stopping me from committing coercion. What is coercion? Well, it's what I'm about to do with all these villagers. It's a very simple build with not a lot of variety, but it does what it has to do. Oh no, it's time to add an additional roof. I know this is going to turn out horrible. I've been experimenting, attempting to become better. You give me credit, I was made this only around 2 different blocks, and you can't be really artistic with 2 different blocks. I was trying to make it look like the villager houses in the background, and I honestly think that villager houses look better, even if they were made by those gross villagers. I was roofing day one day. Roofing gives me stress. Let's skip it. Why am I tearing down the floor? Wait, what? What the fuck? I know, it's abysmal, but I have a reason why. What I remember, this was my idea of an experiment to see if the villagers have good pathfinding for some unknown reason. The only problem is they can walk over walls, so again, let's skip today. It's very humiliating. Now, without villagers, there really isn't a point in a breeder store with them all, so I got one in today. However, for some reason, the other one was hiding from me. Or perhaps he died and I'm going to have to go 3,000 blocks all the way to another village. My 40,000 iron for rounds to get another villager just get my name. Oh, he's alive. Thank goodness. I was worried for a second. Give me a kiss. Took half the day just getting him up there, but at least I don't have to travel all the way to another village. Got them in today and got rid of that horrible experiment that didn't even work for once. There was no point for this to be here. I used my wall, the thing that stops all the mobs. Yeah, I risked my life for this, but at least I'm returning it back. There needs to be better words to describe a new. Now that that's out of the way, I can truly start my economy. By how many beds I'm placing, there's going to be a lot of villagers suffering. Oopsie, didn't record for 2 days, and neither did I stop placing beds. I'm planning this to be filled to the top with villagers. It's not going to be enjoyable, and the process is already beginning. They have kids that I can cherish. First thing, yes, I am trying to finish this storage. I just keep being distracted with all those useless side projects. Some projects are, yes, very useless, and some aren't. I'm farming bread for the villagers, not to feed and be nice, but to breed. And when I'm done with that, I'll never even have to do this again. That's going to have to wait for a while because a pillager party showed up. I know I can just drink a bucket of milk and get back to work, but I don't know on totems and I might get a good trade. I can tell I'm winning, though there seems to be a problem. I can't find them. They always seem to hide from me. Spent all day 126 just trying to find him. He was in a strange spot. Found him in this tunnel I haven't even found yet. Good thing I'm not him. Oh, and got me an achievement. Got the Hero of the Village achievement too for the first time in I don't know how long. Even with my hiding status, the villagers are selling for 16 emeralds, man. I saved you from a raid, villagers. They're sure in the first place, but we weren't talking about that. I can see many. I just don't have 15 emeralds, which by now I should have already achieved. I can't infect them. There's no way I'm activating another raid just to lower the prices. So while slaughtering cows, I was thinking what I want to do. Stick, yes. Stick controls everything. I don't like using mods. It ruins the aesthetic of Minecraft. This one I'm only using for building better, so I'm counting this not the mod. I'm getting a visualization of it to see what it looks like, and it's clearly massive. No. Colossal. It's plainly obvious I can't start building it today, but just know today is the day when I thought of it. Of course, something that large requires a lot of materials. I want to help future me out. That's the least I can do for me. Going down to mine, first of all, I need redstone. Around 7,000 of it. It's a lot of redstone, but after that redstone's installed, I will have so many profits. I'm just saying a little bit, because that little bit can really matter. Didn't find redstone, but I discovered a geode. I still wonder, to this day, why did Minecraft add this? It's only used as spyglasses, and spyglasses, well, they're fruitless. I've only explored this whole cavern, only found 2 stacks of redstone. It could have been outside the wrong level. I didn't really dig that far down. It's very strange. Anytime else I'm mining and don't need redstone is plentiful, but when I need it, it's rarer than deep slate emerald. I'm finding quite a few diamonds here. 21 in 2 days is rare, but I don't need diamonds. I need redstone. This is gonna be my last day down here. I'm rapidly acquiring redstone, but I'm also rapidly starving, which is never something you want while in a cave. I did thankfully stop today, but for some reason, instead of immediately finding food, I was still determined to get redstone. My value of life has really dropped. I was one part away from starving, and when you start starving, there's no helping it until you eat something. I was desperate. Thank you, chicken. Not joking, if I had stayed in that cave much longer, I would have died. And I'd hate dying of hunger. That's so lame. After getting so many diamonds, I of course have to go hunting for more debris. This time I'll be getting a lot of it so that I won't ever have to do this again. I don't enjoy doing it because all you're doing is exploding beds. There needs to be more to that. Make it harder to find netherite. Make it move. Do something with it. Who am I kidding? Mojang never listens to us, let alone a kid. Good thing my armor at least has mending. I've been falling to lava quite a few times already. It's not my fault. It's just there's so much of it here. It's like an ocean of lava everywhere. Today is also one of the few days I have the normal Minecraft textures, and I'm starting to regret not using it. The textures have surely improved. I lied. I didn't get a lot of netherite. Just can't stand doing that for more than 3 days. I got 16 ancient debris in that time, which for me is enough. Of course, as I have ADHD, I have to do something. So for now, I'm brewing potions. I've never tried it before, so hopefully it works. What potions are they? None of your business. Witness potions, because I'm really poor. I don't even have 10 emeralds. Ooh, but at least I just got a local brewery, or whatever that is. Thanks to those spiders at my totally functioning spider farm, I have enough spider eyes to make me at least 300 weakness potions, and I will of course be making them mini potions. I don't even need this many, I only use around 5 of them in this video, which means if I use about that many for the rest of the series, this batch by itself will last until 4,000 days, I think. Of course, it wasn't all brewing. I did some light enchanting on my shovels. I'm going to be shoveling very soon. Again, I really hope I don't lose this horse. Just like the horse I don't know the name of, he's fast. Got to Desert Village in half a day. That's amazing. The Desert Village though, well, it's terrible. There's at least 20 creeper holes to this day. One good thing about this is that now the villagers have a roof over their heads, where atrocious and downright despicable things will take place, but at least it's a roof. As usual, since this place is made by me, it has many flaws. The first is there's no torches, as you can see. When it gets nighttime and hardcore, it gets very hardcore. I did not get a break at all today. Even the iron golems are wanting to attack me. I even do wrong. I'm here, of course, to get last paints that I'm going to forcefully trade to the villagers, and the first step is furnaces. A lot of them. I didn't have a use for the old villager breeders, so now this is its purpose. And note how I'm minding my own business, not slugging villagers, not punching golems, until this one does and nearly kills me. It was a close call. If I hadn't been close to exit, that could have been it for me. The toughest part about this is infecting the villagers and curing them to make me like me more, and right now I'm having a hard time. Very difficult indeed. I'm doing some tests to see which one works the best. My most challenging problem is making the villager infector itself. You have to be very careful with these villagers. They're all very fragile. The test definitely failed. The villager got out and I just couldn't get to him. And with how many baby zombies there are, he's very likely dead. But on day 142, I finally figured it out. It's very low tech and consumes a lot of my time, but it worked. This process is the fastest way that I figured it out, so I'll do it. Though it's extremely dangerous. If I fall in, I'm dying. Just one hit from them took half my health. That never stops me though. I don't fear death, which was a horrible mistake. Yeah, I had to stand out there the whole day, but it beats the alternative of 1 by 1, so I guess I can't complain. This part of the video I regret the most. I did something unthinkable, something horrendous. I downloaded a mod. It's a very simple one, doesn't add anything to Minecraft. No, all I did was make to where builders can't stop trading with me. That might not sound game changing to you, but with how much glass I have, it is, and it's not going to stop. It's my biggest regret because that's just not how Minecraft works, but next time I'll try to improve. I promise in 300 days, if that ever comes out, to never install any mods like this. It just feels like I'm cheating. That doesn't ever feel great. One notable thing that happened today is I fell into the floor and almost got killed by one of the villagers. Maybe that means I should treat these guys better, but I won't. I could have stopped doing this and just got back home. I mean, this chest alone to last me the rest of the video. I should have just been like, okay, this is enough. Let's just go home and do something productive. I could have done anything else with these emeralds. There's so many other trays left untouched. I could have got banners, maps, all the good stuff. I'm not deserving of these emeralds, but I did shove a lot of sand and get them. Clean this entire portion of the mountain completely off. It's now all sandstone. It makes me wonder if there's a chance someday I'll run out of this. Then what? Well, if that ever does happen, I can just trade something like dirt or stone, but maybe I'll just go to another village and ruin that. That's a great idea. I've been thinking of changing where the Dane counter is located since I've been wanting to be original, you know, scale the crowd. This one I like the most. There's not too much wasted space and it's easy to see. Fonts too, they're very important. I want something original. Just kidding, this one's the best. But I could eat my words in the future and change it, so keep it on that. It's a good thing I packed so many weakness potions. I've been infecting them and curing them so many times. There's not any point to it either. I've already done it for 10 times already. So it's also going to be my last day here. I have enough emeralds to last me quite a while, and I'm sorry to run out of things to say. While doing all that, legit trading, I forgot to tie up my horse, and now he's gone. And I mean gone. I looked over the whole desert for him. I'm not sure if tamed horses despawn, and if he didn't, I just couldn't find him. Next time, I need to be more careful about my horses. Running in the open is never safe, even with netherite armor. To finish off half the video being over, I started a raid because there's no better way. I hope you're enjoying it because I'm not. These raids do get somewhat tougher than later raids. And you know what wouldn't be tough? Slamming the subscribe button like the zombie I just killed. I know I sound like any other YouTuber, but I'm a small channel. I need all the help I can get. Again, the same thing happened this raid as will all the others. Something different happened though. I was about to kill a witch when all of a sudden an escaped village got in the way. That was just unlucky. I won the raid, but at the cost of the villager's life. Was it even worth it? Yes, it is. Because capitalism doesn't care for people's lives. Day 153 is gone, and just like your dad is not going to return. Yes, I know this has been delayed countless times, but I'm actually going to finish the storage room. It's been postponed, which is not good. With every day, there's less space to store everything. You also have to think about how much wood is needed just for the chest. What, do you think I always have that wood? No, it requires manual labor. The chests are ready to be used, but I first feel like this needs a redo. Stone for the floors is not going to stand. I had a marvelous idea for the walls. I decided to make them porous, which to me I like. It's not too much and it's affordable. Day 115, I of course had to name each section of it. Without this, it's going to turn into a mess. Naming is also very confusing. I really don't know how to sum up every block. There's so many of them now. Some parts I didn't even try. A whole section just for totems and banners. I'll be getting a lot of them, but that's too many. Someday in the future, I'll be able to store this all with redstone, but for now, I'll just have to use this primitive design. I have an interesting way of storing items. My way is one side for this item, another bottom side is for something else. It's an interesting design and very creative, but being creative doesn't get you anywhere. The best part about my design is I can easily lengthen it for more space since Minecraft keeps adding so many items. So I had a strange idea on day 157. I wanted to make my house not look so monotone, so I used all those emeralds I never even needed. It's not one of my more creative designs. I could have done something different, but I swear, in 300 days, I'll change this to something even more creative. It's not going to be all emeralds at least. Some of the house will stay the same like the basement. Does it feel great knowing I use a mod store to legally get emeralds? And with copying somebody's design, I just felt distasteful. Like I said, I wasn't going to convert all this to emerald. The first floor is going to be untouched. Besides, of course, 2 blocks from my dogs because they're the most important entity in Minecraft. I was shoveling day 159, but as you can tell, there's no audio. Well, there was audio, but I had an audio but playing in the background, and you never want to risk that on YouTube. They are very strict. Here, I'll be dirt for a second. Point of that shoveling, it was for this. This is rock bottom. In 300 days, there will be a ton of redos, and the very first one is going to get rid of this completely. Then once that's done, I'll either have to add another layer of dirt or level off all the buildings. I really have so much work cut out for me. It's a terrible feeling. When I did this, it destroyed all the torches, so a lot of mobs spawn. But really, they always have. I never light up this place. Like right here, you can kind of see what I mean by one layer off. I could lower it one block, but there's so many villagers in there. It's going to be a mess. Everything here is a mess, really, just in different forms. There are parts outside the wall that are normal terrain right now, and I can't have that. I'm going to need all this dirt just to level off everything completely. That's how much property I own. In Minecraft, of course, not IRL. Again, there's audio today, but I have copyright music playing, so I have to mute it. It's a pain when that happens. I record a whole day, which takes 20 minutes, and I realized I can't even use that thing in the first place. I just don't have the time to add the sound of breaking trees and zombies and everything. You see that black box there? Yeah, I'd have to add all those sounds by hand. It would be a nightmare. You hear that? The sound is bad. Now I can finally catch up on telling you what I've been building a block game made for children. It's another house for the villagers because the villager breeder is getting too cramped. For me, of course, not the villagers. If I grow up, I'm definitely not going to be a roofer. If I tried, I'd be fired almost immediately. Yeah, windows definitely look amazing in that order. They didn't. That was sarcasm. If you're pondering on what I'm building, I'm making separate houses for all the different types of villagers like librarians, farmers, armorers. You get the idea. I wouldn't have a way of knowing what villagers and what house. I should have just used this dramatic mod. These houses are becoming worse and worse. That's weird. Shouldn't it be getting better and better? No. Just look at that second house turned out. What is that? By this point, I'm starting to realize how bad my builds are. It's mainly the roofs. If I just figure out how to make them look better, it would change everything. And while making more roofs, I also learned about chisel bookshelves. No, there's no way. I can finally add books to bookshelves. I was happy. It's what me and many others have been asking for, and it's now here. Can't play around with it for too long, though. I have more days to build. This one I'm making for cartographers, and the only thing that came up for me is glass. A house of glass. Glass panes are likely the worst building block. I really don't know what I was doing. So before making it all glass, I went to test it out. So I punched a zombie into a hole. It's not going to be good for him. I was seeing if glass would stop zombie villagers from burning, and it didn't work out. I can improvise, but when you improvise, it's never for a good reason. I'll use stone. Fingers crossed it doesn't turn out looking like hot garbage. I'm back in the Nether again, and my dogs are already on fire. I knew I shouldn't have brought them. I'm looking for a bastion, which shouldn't be too hard. I literally have Minecraft Google Maps. Even with that, the Nether's still very perilous. I'm in a tunnel of magma, dude. While tunneling there, I found Nether Fortress. It's close to home, but very small, so I'm likely not to do anything with it. I decided to instead just tunnel on the roof. It's a lot faster, but it's very dangerous. Fell into lava. Good thing that wasn't an ocean. I had to pay more attention. Marvelous. The biggest bastion I've ever seen. And on day 169, just couldn't be any better. I was worried at first. Piglins ganged up on me and murdered me if I even sneezed on them, so I had to be careful. The center is easily the best spot. No pun intended. Just watch out for all the blocks breaking down your house. It was great. Got 18 gold blocks and also got diamond gear. That's lucky. I was having a great time here until I found a hole that I thought wouldn't be that far down. It was far down. I almost fell into lava with 1 heart of health. Wow. I've said I need to be more careful, but right now I'm very serious about it. Done looting finally. But I'm going to get some of this blast zone first. So look good on something. I just know it. Only safe way to go into the Nether's tunnel. So I'm going out of the tunnel. I have tunnels that connect to the portal from somewhere that's just very hidden. Don't worry, pickaxe, we're almost there. Don't break on me. I'm over Crimson Forest, so I'll have to be careful. There's so many piglins. While down there, I also picked up an armor trim, or more specifically, a snout armor trim if you're fancy. At first, I didn't understand it all, but what I do know now is that it lets you customize your armor, which is pretty nice. Tried it out only in my leggings, and ooh, that's slick. And I bet enjoy it later on because it's permanent. That could be a problem, but for now, I enjoy it. This is what those Blackstone blocks are going to be used for. The house for the blacksmiths. I was wanting this to look like it's from Nether and starting to wear it down. That's why I added so many magma blocks, and it's probably too many magma blocks. Even when I construct the roof the right way, it always turns out looking like the rest of these. I'm stupid. Horse, get out of the way. Get out of the way, horse. It might just be because I always construct them with all the same design, but I'm not going to just look it up on the internet how to build better or anything. I want to do this 100% my way. See if I can build everything from farms to houses all by myself. With that, there's going to be a few mistakes. There's a huge hole in the wall that I haven't fixed. I just blocked it off with more dirt. I really didn't care at the time. The builds are now in. Just need to find a place to put all these villagers. There's so many of them. I left them in for a few days, only gave them a bit of bread, and there's already a town in here. That's good. What are you doing in there? Okay. Instead of killing more sheep, I took all these beds just lying around. This was the reason why I added so many beds. Thinking ahead. This part of putting them in shouldn't be too hard. A lot of golems died at the desert village. Thing is, minecarts act weird. When I start pushing it forwards, it goes backwards. When I start pushing it backwards, it goes forwards. That's very weird. And I have to be careful putting these villagers in. They're still not used to their new home. Nice thing is, with all these rails, no creepers can get across. Unless it's worse, they get shoved. This guy took the whole day just put in, and then a creeper exploded right there, killing both of them. Are you serious? I just stood there, questioning life. Well, time to add more beds for more inbreeding. That'll help. This should be the last day of abducting. I'm getting tired of the villagers. It's always a battle doing this, but this last one got in very smoothly, I might add. No inconvenience. I don't know where or when I placed the lightning rod, but while I was slendering, I got surge protector. I guess I'll take it, but there's no way I should have achieved that. It feels off. Well, now I have them in, and I'm not sure what to do with them. I'm starting to already regret making these houses, and I wanted to move them underground. Now they have children though, so it'll be a hassle with child custody. Then there's a villager breeder. Do I really even need it? I might keep it or not, since it does take a lot of space. And no, the villagers don't have any say in it. I've been moving quite a lot of villagers lately, so I might as well move the cattle. They've been in those pens for a while, and I haven't been able to make any real profits. I'm making their pen bigger and better, just have to cut down the trees first. That's what any good businessman would do. In the process, one of the dots got killed by a creeper, so like my dead dots, I buried her. RIP. I was thinking this one should be huge, almost like a sheep's version of a mansion. I guess one this size can do. The former pen was so cramped, I was worried every time I jumped in there I would die from entity cramming. But now there's way more space. Now the old one's out of the way, look how much more room there is. I should have done this a long time ago. On day 180, I'll be going on an adventure. Well, not yet anyways, I'll be taming horses for a while because all the others keep dying. Found a horse after a bit and just look how fast he covered that mountain. He does other horses easily. Stop mourning about the others. This one's perfect. It really feels as fast as flying. In 1/4 of a day, we got to the Badlands. I'm only here for terracotta. There's not a lot else here. I'm not going to tell you what I'm building, unless of course you stick to it. Do it. I dare you. If you did skip, it's a good thing because day 181 doesn't exist. It's a frozen screen. Sometimes a mouse move, but how do I talk about mouse? Next day, it's a monument. To me. Up on the mountain, of course, because every statue deserves respect. Yeah, I'll be using schematica for this one, but can you blame me? You've seen the houses. Anything with more than 2 different blocks I need help on. It's massive, like 100 feet tall with the width of your mom. I'm hoping I brought enough. I really don't have the time to get any more wool. I could imagine I could have built this the right way if I wasn't using night light. I'm not going to go too in depth about it, but it basically helps your eyes out. And with how much Minecraft I'm playing, I need it. It does mess up with all colors. It's like being colorblind trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. I fumbled hard. Can you really blame me that it turned out like that? It's so disorienting. Looks like I'm in the Matrix. Even if it looks like that, I really don't have an excuse for it. It says lime in bold letters. I should have seen that. While doing this, I kept falling down, so I put a stick in my hand, not knowing what mistake I made. I'm high up without feather falling, and I don't have a totem. It's such a hazard. It was a close fall. If I had been any higher up, I would have died. I'm not even sure how many times I've almost died in this video. Bet it's around 20 already. It was a bit hard to tell what it looks like, so now that he's done, I can finally see it. It wasn't what I envisioned. His clothes are the wrong colors, it looks like he's a pimple, and don't get me started on the skin. I don't feel like working on it for any longer. It'll take too much time, and it's already day 185, you know what that means. Yes, I'll be killing the ender dragon if that wasn't evident by all these pearls. It might seem weird I'm doing this right now, but I'll likely need that much time. I'm essentially the noob in those Minecraft videos made for infants. That's why it took me so long to get here. It's literally taken me 200 days to kill the dragon. People do that in 5 minutes. Again, I know where it is. I had Google Maps, so at least I have enough pearls and I have to run back. It was right here in this mountain range. Luckily, it wasn't in the ocean. The libraries are the best part about these. So many enchantment books like sharpness 4, even another armor trim. Nice. Can't fill my inventory too much. I have a dragon egg to get. In the end now, and I was making sure the entire time that the dragon couldn't get me. The end crystals were really what I worry about the most. That's why I'm very conservative right here. I should have known it's not smart to use ender pearls there. It's dangerous. Almost lost a totem there. 2 towers left. I'm almost done. Let's go. After they were destroyed, I had to wait all day. Then I started to get comfortable, which is never a good idea. Almost died again. For around the 50th time, of course. Actually, I was wrong. Took only 2 days to kill an ender dragon instead of 15. I'm improving. Now, I also want to do that early so I could get an elytra. Those are the best. And maybe even shulker. I didn't bring many ender pearls, so I killed endermen. They can hurt, so I had to do this carefully. Don't want to die so close to day 200. Can't use ender pearls all that often. There's too much of the void for me to fall in. They're only going to be used for the end city, so I'll just bridge. Ooh, found one right here with an end ship. That's too lucky. Something else besides elytras are in chests, which have such amazing loot. I mean, they still have crappy enchantments, but I'm not complaining. That's 7 diamonds. Don't find that many in 10 days of strip mining. One way that I learned to get enough of these is to use the shulkers. When one hits me, I'm able to get to higher places. I'm so smart. It does get crazy with a lot of them, but I just got another shovel. And then 6 diamonds and 2 emeralds. What is with this place? Why have emeralds in the end and seas? There's no soil or villagers here. That that's really weird. The shulkers can be helpful, but they can be annoying. Like right here, I'm being attacked from all sides non-stop. At the very least, when I kill them, I get the shulkers, which means that I made shulker boxes, and I've always wanted those. Ah, get your white stuff away from me, gentlemen. Now I have the Elytra, the best item in the game, by far. The dragon's head is sure useless, but I'll keep it for a trophy. Killing the inner dragon. Before I leave, I'll be getting quite a few purple blocks. They're only found here. And really, they just look pretty. Though I'll find a way to make it look horrible, one of my builds. The Endermen are very dangerous. I mean, look at this. Only 2 of them was enough to pop my totem. I need to be more careful, he said, for the 1000th time. Something weird I just noticed that if you look down, there's no XP, which is weird. I thought I had more. Whatever happened, I didn't notice that time. I'm still looking for more end cities. So while flying, I found another end city, and this one's a monolith. Just look at that. It'll take the rest of the video just to get through it. Biggest one I've ever seen, and it has an end ship too. Even with that, there's something weird that happened today. You can see I don't have any SP, and I picked up some. Still no SP. Proof that I have a virus. After just a few days, I've been starting to learn how to do this thing. You know, go through the motions. When you start doing that, you start to get comfortable, which is never a good idea. I'm over a void, and if I fall in, my totem ain't going to save me. I realized that too late though, because right after killing the shulker, I started falling. But with my cat-like reflexes, I saved myself. That was real close. If I had been any closer, I could have died. Of course, got myself another Elytra, which should be my last one. I'm getting tired of eating the fruits of the blats. It's easy. All I have to do is tower up and then fly. That Elytra is coming in handy. I wrote it down on my notes, and right here, it should be the end gateway. Oopsie, then I found out that I'm 4,000 blocks in the opposite direction. Uh-oh. Found it somehow, but that could have been close. If I hadn't wrote it down, I could have been stuck here for a while. Elytras only last 8 minutes. Something weird I noticed while doing that, I saw this. Even zoomed in, it's hard to see. I don't know what that is. Maybe a shulker, but what would a shulker be doing out there? See? This is what I mean by my world is cursed. Anyways, got the dragon egg and jumped in. So yeah, now I just finished the game, but that doesn't mean I'm done yet. There's so much more to do. Oh, think of it. Like sorting all these items out of my inventory first. Ugh. I have 7 inventories to organize. These shulker boxes are useful, but they can get cluttered up. Then I had to sort them out. It wasn't horrible. There's only 5 different blocks in the end. Then I had the creative idea. Map. I'll be doing that because I should have enough time. After all, I have an Elytra and phantom membranes. It can sometimes be difficult mapping out, like solving a puzzle piece. Only have a minute of day 197, and it was just me still trying to figure out where everything goes. It may seem easy watching, but I'd be using 100% of my brain just figuring this out. Stupid map is annoying. Sometimes I just have to walk on foot since there aren't any mountains and I don't have any rockets. It's nice, lets me explore further away from my base than I usually go. Like right here, I found blue eyes I've never known before. That's quirky. It got me exploring parts I never saw before, like this mountain. Imagine setting up base here. Ooh, look at that map. Even unfinished looks like art. Day 199 was yet me mapping. Something weird happened. I got stuck in midair with nothing in the way. Things are getting weirder and weirder. With that out of the way, I finished it. The map is fully complete. Now that I look at it, I also really got to get rid of that emerald lawn. It's really ugly and unoriginal. Whoa. Just a second. Don't click off yet. I need to show you something about today. Just because it's in the video doesn't mean it's finished. No, far from that. I'm doing something special. I'm not going to tell you what it is. No, you just have to find out in 3 days, which should be in a few months. So for today, I'll be carving it out. I'm doing this. You just subscribe and like. I mean, you're this far in the video, but just by the size of this alone, I can tell it will be finished in this video. So here's the next video. Please click on it. I need help.